Hello lovelies and welcome back to my channel. This video is one that I've seen trending for a while on YouTube, and I thought it would just be really fun to do my spin on it, including Hispanic baby names that I love because my last name is Garcia, I'm married to a Mexican, and also American sounding names that I also really like. Here on my channel, I do motherhood-inspired content as well as anything related to interior design and homemaking. So if you like that kind of content, hit the subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you, and let's get right into today's video. And disclaimer, no, I am not pregnant before you ask, but I've always loved to keep lists of names. And some of these are new that I recently found, and then some of them I've had since Bethany was a baby. But I'm also going to give you the definition of the name, and I'm including Hispanic names in this list as well, because my husband is Mexican and our last name is Garcia. I thought it would be fitting to also have some Hispanic names to pull from when we have another baby. So let's get right into it. I have 10 baby boy names and 10 baby girl names. Some of them you may not have heard of ever, and some of them, at least one of them, is very controversial. But I hope you enjoyed this video and keep on watching. Alright, so the first name on my list is the name Daniel, or Daniel in Spanish. I really like this name. Now, this is probably a name we most likely will not use because my brother's name is Daniel. But I've always really liked it. It means God is my judge, and the origin of the name is Hebrew. I just think it sounds really masculine and firm, just like a really good biblical name. The next one on my list is Gabriel or Gabriel. I have really liked this name in the last few years. It means God is my strength, and it's also the name of one of the archangels in the Bible. And I think it just sounds so masculine, but at the same time, Gabriel or Gabriel just sounds tender. I don't know why. I think it's because of the L sound at the end, but I really like it. I think it's a unique name as well. I don't hear it very often. And the third name on my list for baby boy is Michael. Michael is also of Hebrew origin, and it means who is like God. And Michael was the other archangel besides Gabriel. And I think that this is a really unique name as well. I like it better in English than in Spanish. I think in Spanish it's Miquel or Micael. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to look that up because I don't hear it very often in Spanish. Number 4. Now this one is mainly because of my husband, and it is the name Roberto. It is a Germanic roots name actually from Herodebert, and Herod means to be famous. Barat, which is the second part of the word, means to shine like a star or a source of light. So it could be, the translation of it could be, or the meaning of the name, could be to be a famous star or shining bright like a star. That's kind of cool because it's kind of like, I always really like to look at the names, the meaning of a name before naming a baby. And both names and the middle names of my girls, I really made sure to choose names that I really loved the meaning of, and were names that because the significance of a name is so important, I really wanted to have names that were good for my girls and that they could live up to that name as well. So I think that Roberto is a cool name. But the next one is one of the main reasons why we didn't choose it when I was pregnant with Bethany. Obviously, she was a girl, but this is a boy's name. And we probably won't use this name because of the meaning of the name. It's the name Mordecai. I love the character Mordecai in the Bible. I think he's so cool because he adopted Esther, and he helped save the Jews during the exile of the Jewish people. But Mordecai is a Hebrew origin name. However, I think the meaning in a different language, I can't remember which one exactly, I think it might be Babylonian, In Hebrew it means warrior, so Mordecai means warrior, but in the other language it means worshiper of Marduk, and I don't like that at all. It also means, in Hebrew it can mean contrition, bitter, and bruising, which are not good meanings of a name, but I really like the way that Mordecai sounds, and I liked that it could be shortened to just Kai. I love that short name. Kai is so, so cute, but it sounds masculine as well, so probably won't use that one, but I really like it. The next one I have on my list is Peter. Peter is a very staple, strong name, and it means rock. I think that's a cool name to have if you were a man. I think it's very, very manly. Peter just sounds strong, like a rock. And the origin of that is Greek. Ethan. So Ethan is of Hebrew origin. It means strong, safe, solid, and firm. And I love this name. Ethan would be even like a good middle name, I think. And it's up on my list pretty high. So don't be surprised if I ever name a baby boy Ethan, or if he has that middle name, because I really like it. My husband really likes it as well. Benjamin. Benjamin is such a cool name. I think it is cool too because it can be shortened to Benny or Ben when they're a kid. And it's of Hebrew origin, and it means son of my right hand. So that is a really cool meaning to a name, especially because the right hand has such a significance in the Bible of strength. The next one, Nathaniel. I love Nathaniel. Oh, also, I'm not giving you the definition, or I forgot to say these names in Spanish. So Peter is Pedro, but I don't like it in Spanish. I prefer Peter. Ethan is Ethan, which I do like Ethan. Benjamin is Benjamin, and I like that one as well, but I think it would be really hard to pronounce. Ethan is spelled in Spanish, it's just without the H, and it has an accent mark on the A. So I think that Ethan, Ethan would be alright to have like as a middle name, because that doesn't need to be spelled as often. And Nathaniel, if you spell it in Spanish, is almost the same. Nathaniel. It's really pretty in both languages. Nathaniel is Hebrew, and it means God-given. I really, really, really like Nathaniel. If you notice a theme with all of these names, I like names that end with an EL a lot of the times, both in girl names and guy names. The last one might be somewhat controversial. My grandma might not like this one, but it's Leonardo. I think that Leonardo, which is a Germanic name, is so cool, and the meaning of the name is so cool as well because it is brave as a lion. So I really like that a lot. Alright, so those are all the ones that I have for baby boys. Let's move on to my baby girl list. So, this one was pretty high up on my list for Adeline, and we almost went with it, but my husband had some reservations about the name, and it is Avelina. I think Avelina is such a pretty girl's name. It means, it's from the Old Saxon, and it means strength, little bird, and in Latin, and then if you take the Germanic version of it, it means desired, and I think it's so sweet. So sweet. And I feel like that sounds kind of Hispanic to me, Avelina. But we didn't end up going with this name because it was too close to the name, the pronunciation of it, to an ex-girlfriend that Roberto had a while back, and so for obvious reasons we didn't choose that name. The next one is Brielle. I love Brielle because to me it sounds like a combination of my name Brittany and my middle name Lee. So Brielle I think is just so sweet and so cute and girly. It's a shortened version of the name Gabrielle, which is Hebrew, but the French, I guess, translation of it could mean God is my strength. And I really, really like that one. I don't know why it says from French, because I know a little bit of French and that doesn't mean that, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. So the next one that I have is Ellery. Ellery is really, really pretty. I just found this one today and I actually really, really like it. It's from the English language and it means cheerful. It's a variation of the name Hillary, and another variation of writing it is E-L-L-A-R-Y, but I like it with the R-I-E at the end, so Ellery. Bayley is number 4. And that is an English origin name. It means berry clearing, bailiff, or city fortification. Bayley is also another one that I really like because it kind of is a combination of my name. And I love anything with an E sounding at the end of it because, funny story, which I'm one of 4 cousins that are girls from my mom's side. And her sister, my aunt, named us all with E-sounding names. So we have Whitney, Emily, and Sydney, and then I'm Brittany. And then we had Bethany, and my cousin also had a baby girl, and she named her with an E-sounding name as well. And then, so I had Bethany, and then I had Adeline, which the L-E sound is a little bit further back in the name, but I really thought it was cute to kind of like carry on the tradition. We'll see if everybody does or not, because my other cousin just got married, and then one of my cousins just got married, and then the other one is not married yet and doesn't have kids. But I think it would be cool to see if we can carry on that tradition. Number 5 is Ava. I loved this name so much that we almost named Adeline this. It was either going to be Avelina or Ava was going to be, I think, her middle name. But we did not use this name because right when we had I think we had already chosen it. But I don't remember what the first name was going to be. I think it was going to be either Brielle, Ava, or something. I can't remember what the first name was with Ava, but regardless, my sister-in-law's sister, so not directly related to me, she ended up getting a little puppy dog, and she was so cute. She still is super cute, but she named her Ava. she's a not a Cocker Spaniel, she's a Golden Retriever. And because we see them regularly for holidays and stuff, I was like, yeah, we probably should name our baby Ava because there's a dog named Ava in the family. So we decided not to go with that for obvious reasons, but it's a Latin variation of the name Eve, and it means to live, or it can mean like a bird as well, I think from Latin as well. The next one, Carolina or Carolina. I love this name. I have a really close friend with this name. I've always loved her name. It's a Latin origin name, and it means free woman. And from French it can also mean song of happiness or joy. And then if you take the name from Spanish, it can mean the prettiest woman of the town, which I don't know if that's completely true or not because that's from Wikipedia, and you know how Wikipedia changes things. But I thought that was just cute and funny. So Carolina, Carolina, I love it. Okay, I'm back. I had to stop recording because my camera was out of storage space, so I made some more space, and here we're back. So this one is number 7, and I think it's fitting because we are almost at Valentine's Day, and it's Valentina. I absolutely adore this name. I think that it is so sweet and sounds so Hispanic and so girly. I absolutely love it. I think it would be perfect for a baby that is born around Valentine's Day or during the month of February would be perfect. It's Latin origin, and it means strong and healthy, and I think that's just so cool. Next one has been on my list since probably I was like 8 years old. I've always loved this name. I still love it even now that I'm older, and it's Isabella. Such a cool name. It's Spanish origin, and it means God is my oath. I think that's a cool meaning for a name, and I think that it also sounds really regal because a lot of queens, or maybe not a lot, maybe at least, I know there was at least one queen in Spain named this, and it's just so pretty and dainty and just really, really florally sounding. The next one is Elena. I love the name Elena, especially because of Elena Cardone. She's one of my inspirations. She's married to Grant Cardone. If you don't know who he is, you should look them up. They are such a power couple. She's very feminine and beautiful, just a cool lady overall. But it's from the Greek language. I was going to say from the Greek origin. It's from the Greek language, and it means torch or light. So it can mean shining light, and I think that's cool as a Christian, because we're called to put our light as a believer on a lampstand and let everybody see our light as Christians. So I really like the name Elena. I think I might use that one for sure, as long as Roberta likes it. So we'll see. And then the last one on my list is Livia. Livia sounds so pretty. It's actually a diminutive. It's a shortened version of the name Olivia. The only reason I probably will never use this name is because of the meaning. It's from Latin and it means blue or envious, and I definitely don't want to project that on my child ever. So it sounds pretty, but it's not one I would use. So there you have it. I hope that you enjoyed my 20 baby names on my list that are, some are Hispanic, some are American sounding. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you like anything related to motherhood, interior design, or homemaking content, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. And if you made it this far in the video, leave me a little white heart emoji down below so I can know that you got it this far. And if you did, you are awesome. But I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you guys very soon for another video. Bye guys.